It's always been my dream. I never thought I would get to play in the national team, play in a World Cup. Honestly, I think it's every player's dream, but I never thought it was going to come true. Right, so thank God for the opportunity, and I was ready. Futsal is just way more fast-paced. You're on the ball a lot more often. You can't hide. Futsal is small-sided. You can't hide. So you're forced to be confident. You're forced to be technical, you know, because you're always touching the ball. And like I said, there's quick decisions. There's nowhere to hide. You know, you always got to be available to help your teammate. So if you have the ball, your teammate got to be ready to receive the ball from you. If your teammate has the ball, you got to, you know, get open to receive the ball from your teammate. So in other words, you're always touching the ball, right? Soccer, there's so much space on the ball. Sometimes if you're a defender, the forward has the ball, you're not really worried about what's going on. You know, just maybe stepping up your line. In futsal, it's so dynamic, you always got to be involved. So it just forces you to always be mentally prepared, you know, because you don't know, like, your teammate might be in trouble, you got to be there to help him. Or he shoots the ball, next thing you know, you're getting countered, you know, so you always got to be ready. When you represent your country, it's just like, honestly, I remember the first time I ever put that jersey on, especially in my first tournament, like I literally was cheering while the national anthem was playing. You know, so it's just emotional. You're not only representing yourself, you know, you're representing your country, you're representing your family. You know, you have the badge on your chest, you have your last name on the back of your jersey. So it just brings so much more out of you. And, you know, obviously you're playing against the best of the best. You know, you're not playing club soccer. Sometimes there's easier teams. You know, semi-pro, you're playing easier teams, but in the national level, you're playing against the best of the world. So I've got the opportunity to play against Argentina. They were defending champs. So they were the #1 team in the world. Play Iran. They were very, very good. They were top 5 in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Morocco, like, so you just gotta bring your A game. So I think my proudest moment wearing the USA jersey was in the CONCACAF 2021. We were in the quarterfinals. Top 4 teams so the 4 teams that get to the semifinals qualify to the World Cup. And my goal in the quarterfinal against the Dominican Republic was the winning goal. So my goal helped the USA get to the World Cup first time in 18 years, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the moment that stuck to me, and my proudest moment wearing the USA jersey. A challenge I had to overcome, my first time getting called up for the national team on an international trip, which was an international tournament. I actually got injured a week or 2 before the trip. So I went, and it was an Achilles injury. It was a very tough injury. I wasn't able to play for 3 to 4 months. I had to just recover. So, you know, I was very upset because I went on the trip, but I couldn't play. So in my head, I was like, I lost my opportunity. It was my first call up to the national team, and in my head, I was like, okay, I had my first opportunity and I'm not gonna have it again because I was hurt. So I really had to put in the work to recover, to get the Achilles strong again. And whenever I did have another camp with the U.S. national team, I was prepared, I did great, and I was able to go in many other international trips. So I think if we get a professional futsal league in the U.S., it will help the sport grow a lot faster. Once there is a pathway to the pros in the U.S., kids are just going to start playing a lot more futsal. And once they see how much it helps their development, they will just start playing a lot more often. So I play professional indoor soccer, which is arena soccer with walls. So it's not futsal. So, you know, the U.S., I feel like we're a little bit behind other countries like Brazil, Argentina, Italy, Spain, because we don't have a professional futsal league. So most of the players in the national team, we play indoor soccer. It's a similar game, You know, you use similar techniques, but it's still very different. My personal goal on the court with the U.S. national team is to play one more World Cup. So I had the privilege and honor to play in the 2021 World Cup, and unfortunately last time we didn't qualify, which was in 2024. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. So the next cycle will be 2028. I'm 33. I'm still in a good age to play. So my personal goal is to make one more World Cup. My off-court goals is to continue to coach the youth. I really want to bring my expertise and my experiences and share with the next generation. You know, I think that's so important, and that's my goal off the court. I think the misconception that people have about futsal is that I think they grow up watching the best of the best players, which is Falcão and Ricardinho. Falcão from Brazil, Ricardinho from Portugal. And those guys are extremely skillful, and they think that every futsal player is extremely skillful. So I think that's a misconception, because futsal is a lot more passing and moving than just 1v1 skills. My advice for young players is it's one thing that is very important that I feel kids don't do is watch games. You should be learning by watching the best players in the world play, the best countries, the best teams in the world play. You know, obviously training, right? Try to train as much as possible. And things you gotta, obviously depends how young you are, but start thinking about your health, right? Your dieting, going to the gym. Again, depends on how old you are, but just taking care of your body. Futsal is a world-class sport because it's so dynamic. There's no boring moments. Futsal, there's always something happening. A skill being made, a goal being scored, a goalie making a crazy save. So like, it's just not boring.
Do I?